Hey everybody, we back again.
We're
I'm
back.
Spencer, and of course we have our licensed clinical therapist, Naz.
It's Dr. Nas. I'm also a part-time paleontologist. Isn't that what they call? I'm a paleo. Oh, look at that.
You're
This
on the
this one
paleo diet.
this the paleo diet. He got little claws too. Look at them claws. Look at that. He got a little tail. He got a little butt.
Look at that.
Well,
All the Jurassic Park toys are out today. If you don't know by now, this is the Different Spectrums podcast where we talk about movies and shows and all the mental health aspects that surround them. We also like to have some laughs, so don't take us too seriously.
or do. That's up to you.
There you go. Also, don't forget to run up those likes for us. We'd really appreciate it. So, as you can see today, we have a very special guest for the show today. They are a multiply neurodivergent, queer, and also disabled public speaker, as well as an advocate. And they are also an author of the new book that will be coming out November 21st called We Are All Neurodiverse.
What?
Please welcome Sonny Jane Wise to the show.
Yay, cue applause. Hi, thank you for having me. Hello, friends and foes and dinosaur food.
Jesus.
Look, let's be real. We're all dinosaur food, okay? It's not an insult if it's true.
Yeah. No.
Hi, I'm Sonny. I like dinosaurs and I also like talking about neurodiversity. So I'm happy to be here.
Wow, it's like you're perfect for the show. And I'm black. I think it's just thumbs up. I think if you do thumbs up, it's what happens. I don't know why. What is happening?
It's just you.
I thought I almost died for a second. I was like, oh, here it is.
That was just soul leaving your body.
My computer is just
a
like, you know
Dementor.
what? We're going to make you think you're dead. All right, thank you.
He goes, and I'm black.
Finally, it's coming out again. Again.
Oh my
All
God.
right. So
Thank God you're black,
today. Shut up.
Okay.
All right. So before we get into the show, we want to thank all of our great collaborators. That includes Bub's Naturals, Cure Hydration, Pinfinity, Silver Dollar Candle, Two Nerds Candle Company, and then also Cat and Raven Company. You can get up to 20% off if you use the code DSP or DSP20 when you check out. And you can also go onto our link tree and click the link and you'll get the percentage off. So go to our link tree where you can find all of the great discounts when you check out of either of our collaborators. So please go check it out. We'd really appreciate it. Thank you. And today we are going to be checking out, we're going to be checking out The Color Purple today for the movie. Just kidding. It's Jurassic Park.
You can't tell.
No, we can't tell at all. What is this? I don't know. What? We just have dinosaurs for no reason. So,
Yeah.
You good over there, man? You
Oh,
good?
I'm good. I haven't looked at this thing in years.
Looks like it's taking a beating. So we are going to be taking a look at Jurassic Park. We're going to be talking about what feelings you kind of get once you hear certain songs or certain scenes in movies. We're also going to tackle what would it be like if Jurassic Park was real? And then also Sonny has a story about pizza that we're going to get to. This is going to be a fun pod. So before we get into it, Naz, anything?
I'm just thinking of like
He's thinking
pizza.
about pizza again.
I am. I literally am. I'm thinking I think there's maybe all that when the one dude dresses up as a big slice of pizza.
Probably.
I
I
don't
mean, it happens a lot in sitcoms.
It does. No, I'm excited to get into this. Specifically, right, we're not going to just solely talk about autism today. We're going to talk about a couple different things, some of the really cool quotes from the movie. Obviously, we'll talk about some of the differences in people's reactions and emotions to different scenes, songs, stimuli, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, we're just going to get to know our guest and kind of what they do, what it's about, and how they're helping folks with a lot of different modalities of the things that they work with and work, helping provide education and the pedagogy of what autism is and many other things. So super excited for that. Hopefully this microphone I got fixed so that way y'all don't hear me like deep breathing on this microphone real sensually. No, I'm just thinking about pizza again.
That's how we know when you're thinking about food. You're like,
you know, as I told a client yesterday, I said, "How do I sound this microphone? They sound real. You sound good." And I said, "Oh, good." So because normally I sound like Heavy D from Friday After Next when she's like, "They got a new Twinkie coming out." It's a bad
Heavy
motherfucker.
D. It's Baby D.
Heavy D. That's how I sounded on the podcast before. But really excited. So let's dive into this. Let's check it out. Let's have some fun. Today is going to be a fun podcast. And hopefully folks will enjoy that we're having more than just therapists on the show and coaches. We're starting to get into more creators, educators in different ways, and also artists. So I'm really excited about the next 2 months because we are booked completely until December, till Christmas. So it's super exciting.
We're popular.
We're popular.
The only way that you guys are popular.
We're also desperate. So, I'm interviewing my cousins.
Please get on the show. Please.
Yeah. All right, let's get into it. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
There it is.
Yeah.
Never
You're
say
staring
never.
at me.
You never say that again. Oh my God. Oh, this is so good. Okay.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching our show today. We just wanted to take some time to give a special shout out to our collaborator, Cat and Raven Design. They are a small queer-owned business that specializes in LGBTQ plus pride soaps. They have great designs, some that even look good to eat, but don't. You can get 10% off your entire order if you use the code DSP or go to our link tree. Help support this great small business and help give back to a great community.
Full 50 miles of perimeter fence are in place.
And the concrete modes and the motion sensor tracking systems. Ronald, dear boy, relax. Try and enjoy yourself.
Let's get something straight, John. This is not a weekend excursion. This is a serious investigation of the stability of the island. Your investors, whom I represent, are deeply concerned. 48 hours from now, if they're not convinced, I'm not convinced. I shut you down, John.
In 48 hours, I'll be accepting your apologies.
Shouldn't be here. Alan, this species of variformin's been extinct since the Cretaceous period. I mean, this thing is about this thing. What?
It's a dinosaur.
You did it. You crazy son of a bitch, you did it.
We get to just tear up the rule book. Cold-bloodedness, it doesn't apply. They're totally wrong. This is a warm-blooded creature.
This thing doesn't live in a swamp.
This thing's got, what, a 25, 27-foot neck? A brachiosaurus 30.
We're gonna make a fortune with this place.
How fast are they? Well, we clocked the T-Rex at 32 miles an hour.
T-Rex? Mm-hmm. You said you've got a T-Rex?
Uh-huh. Say again. We have a T-Rex.
Put your head between your knees.
Dr. Grant. My dear Dr. Sattler. Welcome to Jurassic Park. They're moving in herds. They do move in herds. How'd you do this? I'll show you.
Hey everyone, before we get into the show, please check out our collaborator, Bubs Naturals. They sell a variety of health and wellness products, including collagen peptides, MCT oil powder, coffee, apple cider vinegar gummies, and other amazing products. Go to bubsnaturals.com and use our code DSP20 to get 20% off your entire order. And with that, let's get into the show. All right, and we are back again.
We back and we live. Just like the dinosaurs. Just like them.
They're right back, and they're trying to, in real life, they're actually trying to reanimate dinosaurs.
I know.
Again.
Oh, I'm so excited for a future.
I wouldn't be. How many movies do we need?
You know this don't
Doesn't
go well,
matter.
right?
Oh, if I have to die by dinosaurs, that is the way I'd want to go. Death by dinosaur. Happily. I'll risk it to get the biscuit.
I mean, Spencer, it's either that or we're going to get straight up fucking annihilated by robots. So that's
Okay.
robot versus dinosaur, we'll see what happens. I'm not depressed.
We're all going to die. Might as well die by something we love.
I'm going to tell you something. I'm not going to love a dinosaur if it starts eating my face. Just so you know.
You know what? I reckon I will. And as the dinosaur's chomping on me, you just hear me laughing in between screams of pain. Be like, oh, this is so great.
I mean, you also really love pizza, so maybe we could just die by like coronary heart disease. Let's shoot for that one.
Yeah. Quick death, right?
Dinosaur first, diabetes second. Okay.
All right.
Either way, I'm having a good time.
That's what my dad says. He's like, why would I quit smoking now? He's like, you just want me to be miserable. He's like, no, hand me the pack of cigarettes in the doctor's office. Fuck both of you.
Hey, you know what? Speaking of Pops, shout out birthday boy today.
Man.
Happy birthday, Pops.
Happy
There you
birthday,
go.
Pop.
63, I think he said.
Pause. We have to pause on this. So my brother buys him a card last night. And the card's like, it's your birthday. This is super exciting. You can do anything that you want in the world. And I was like, Salim, do you realize he's like disabled and can barely walk, right? He can barely walk. The irony of that card. So I put, you can do anything in the world. And I put, or literally nothing because you can't walk and you can't carry like even your water bottle. So I put good luck.
Geez.
I put good luck. He read it today and he was like, I hate you.
Oh, that's love right there.
That's love.
All right.
That's what we
So,
call autism love.
Autism love, all the
Okay.
tism.
Go
So today we have, like I said, our special guest, Sonny. Sonny, could you please give us a little bit about you, and why did you want to come onto our show today?
Hi. So I'm Sonny. I'm neurodivergent. I diverge in multiple ways. So like autistic ADHD, bipolar, touch of OCD, bit of dyslexia, dysgraphia. I'm not going to list them all. We'll be here forever. Also non-binary, pronouns they, them. And I talk a lot about neurodiversity and neuronormativity. So basically I just and so I do a lot of workshops, and what I like to say is I basically just tell people what to do. I'm really good at talking at people. I'm just not so good at talking with people. So public speaking and workshops is like really cool. It's really fun. And I write books and talk a lot of shit. Yeah, and I love dinosaurs.
My type of person.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm also clearly not that great at introducing myself. So I just leave everyone to do the introduction for me. And I'm like, yeah, this is who I am.
Oh yeah, we don't do much.
And I'm from Australia.
There you go.
What? That's the accent. I thought it was like Germany or some shit. I don't know.
Oh, that's a joke.
No. Hey, I was going with Punjabi, so out there Punjabi.
Jesus.
Well, since we've been officially canceled after that one, I
Yep.
thought it's been
Jaffe. That's what got us. Jaffe. So quick.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the reason why I'm on this podcast is because when you invited me, you're like, "Do you want to talk about Jurassic Park?" I'm like, "Yes." So that's the only reason. You guys mentioned Jurassic Park, and I'm like, "Sold. I'm in."
Got him.
There we go. I know what to say to the people, Spence.
Yep,
I'm a man for the people.
Yep.
I'm like Jesus. I got the Kool-Aid.
Jesus have Kool-Aid?
No.
Is that how he got so many followers? Was Kool-Aid? I have this special drink. What is it called? Grape drink. Oh. I want some.
The blood of Jesus is the Kool-Aid.
It's the red one.
The red one.
And now we're canceled by Christians. Shout out to you.
Let's see if we can go 3 for 3.
We can go a whole long time.
We go all day. Okay.
All right. So back to this interview. Were you always into public speaking, or was it something that you kind of developed as you were, getting more popular online?
Oh, I was definitely not into public speaking. I could actually barely talk in class. Every time I tried to talk in class, I would end up having a panic attack. To the point that I just wouldn't speak up in class because I couldn't even raise my hand.
Right.
Did I fall into it? Well, I think I started falling into it because I started believing that I was right. And so it's a lot easier to talk about shit when you know that you're right.
Yep.
I don't mean that in an arrogant way. I mean that in a literal way. I knew I was right, and I decided to start sharing my thoughts and opinions because I had confidence that I was onto something. Turns out I was onto something, and now people pay me to speak. So that's really cool. Honestly, I literally just started talking about shit, and then it turned into getting paid to talk about shit, and then it escalated from there. It was an accident.
Here we go. The age-old job of white people talking about shit, getting paid.
Shout out to the white people.
It's some bullshit.
Look, I'll take it. I'm so sorry, but yeah.
You're fine.
You took my job.
You taking Mexican jobs, okay? I'm joking.
Oh my God.
I'm Mexican, so I can say that.
I'm not allowed to laugh at that.
Oh, it's fine.
You are, so shame on you.
Can. No, you can. Yep, you can.
Oh, I'm so getting cancelled after this episode.
No, to be clear, these are all our thoughts, our opinions on this thing. Sonny is just a pawn in the game. If they do laugh at any things that me and Spencer say, that's because me and him are maybe gaslighting and having a good time and enjoying ourselves. People know that this is a serious pod, but also we like to have fun. Our guests know that. Our listeners know that. People don't want to be bored with a lot of stuff, so we're having fun. So all jokes aside, people know that I'm Lebanese and Mexican. They also know Spencer's black and white. Just wanted to make sure that everyone that's new to us because of you listening to this, that they know our backgrounds as well. I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the funniest pods. My father, after looking at Sonny's profile on Instagram, he's like, "Y'all about to have a good time, a good time."
He was right.
Yep. So, Spence, you asked about when they started like public speaking.
Yep.
I had a question. This thing about confidence, how did you get that confidence? Were you just like, you finally realized that you knew what you were talking about? Or someone was like, oh, or did you read and like, oh, all the shit I'm reading is like, turns out it's true?
I think the confidence definitely came over time, and it was from having like confidence in what I was saying, like literally knowing that, hang on, what I'm saying is right and important and, aligns with values. Like, because obviously, like, some things I talk about are really, what's the word for where, like, it gets people angry?
Yeah.
I talk about topics that people are just like, oh my God, like, you're full of shit, or how dare you? But it's just like, well, no, actually, what I'm saying is real. It's right. It's accurate. It's important. Like, it's inclusive. It's significant. And so I think just, having that confidence that what I'm saying is important and accurate was what allowed me to have confidence. And then obviously when people started paying me for it and people, validating what I was saying,
Yep.
that doesn't hurt either.
Nope. Right.
Yeah. And I guess research, just, having the evidence to back me up is helpful. Like, I'm not just saying things for the sake of it. I do have evidence.
You are highly educated in using empirical data and your own personal experiences and others' experiences. So it's not just like random stuff.
Yeah, and I also like connecting adults with some shit. Like, some of the stuff I talk about doesn't necessarily have empirical evidence, but if you connect one thing with another thing and then you're like, oh, whoa, that's connected, then I'm like, I'm onto something. But some people haven't connected the dots. So they're just like, oh, you're full of shit. It's like, no, you're just not there yet. Yeah.
Correct. We talk about that a lot with autism in general. It's because there's not a lot of good data, new research, and then it's starting to come out, but it's far, far, far behind the actual empirical data. So there's a lot of like experiences that are coming out and books that are being written, but the data is still very far behind. In the U.S., there's been a couple bills that have been passed, like not donating, but funding billions of dollars in research, but that's only like 2019, and then COVID happened. So we're still pretty far behind on a lot of doing our own research over here. But I just wanted to bring that up because a lot of my humans that I work with, confidence is tough. But if you know what you're saying is true and right, and you have some data to back it up, plus some lived experiences, I mean, you know what you're talking about. Let's talk about it. You should start to feel that confidence. Yeah. So I'm glad that you brought that up because a lot of my listeners a lot of us are insecure. I'm going to say majority of us are insecure about something. But there are reasons to be like, hey,
don't get me wrong. Like, I still have self-doubt. I still have major imposter syndrome. Yeah. But I feel like the way I see like imposter syndrome or self-doubt is it's actually kind of like an indication that you give a shit. Because if you didn't give a shit, you wouldn't care about being wrong. You wouldn't worry about saying the wrong thing. So having imposter syndrome is an indication that you care about saying the right thing. You care about not spreading misinformation because, like, I don't know, Elon Musk probably doesn't have imposter syndrome because he doesn't give a shit. So if you have imposter syndrome or self-doubt, that shows that you actually care.
Anxiety shows empathy, shows many other things. Well said. It's better than listening to some of them doctor therapists can say. Some of y'all suck.
Hey, So Nas brought up already, talking about books and things like that. So for you have a new book coming out November 21st called "We Are All Neurodiverse." Can you give us a little bit of a rundown about that?
Yeah, so We're All Neurodiverse is basically a one-stop shop for understanding the neurodiversity movement, understanding the neurodiversity paradigm, understanding neurodivergent as an identity and why it's so significant and important for people. And to be honest, I feel like it's one of the first books that actually goes into neuronormativity and unpacks neuronormativity and how neuronormativity, which is a set of expectations, standards, and ideals on how people should function, and how that's actually tied to white supremacy culture and capitalism.
Yep.
That's how we expect people should function, how society, tries to control how people should function is tied to white supremacy culture and capitalism. And that's evident with when and how the DSM was developed. And that's what the book goes into, just basically a one-stop shop for all things neurodiversity. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Awesome. Can't wait for it to come out. Go ahead and give it a little read through.
See, I like it because it's white people talking shit about white people. And we need more.
Seriously, I'm so excited. Like, oh, yeah. It's allowed when white people do it.
White on white crime, finally. Finally.
See, this is what we're trying to talk about in North Carolina is the white on white crime.
Oh my God.
You know how they always bring up Chicago and black folk, right?
That's true.
Yeah, so I mean, North Carolina, I don't know.
They finally do it. All right. Have you said you're from Australia. Have you seen kind of like a big difference in how neurodiversity is kind of seen in different countries and things like that, since you have like a little bit of, your foot in the door and everywhere?
I think, how neurodiversity is seen in every country is shit all around.
Okay. All right.
In the UK, I've noticed in the UK that neurodiversity, the conversation around neurodiversity has been taken over by people in business. So it's all advantages of neurodiversity, this, and, it's just, I think the conversation around neurodiversity in like almost every country, Western countries have been, monopolized and like trivialized. It's turning just, I don't know, it's neurodiversity light. They're not actually talking about the hard questions. They're not actually unpacking neuronormativity. They're not actually talking about neurodivergences that are outside of autism or ADHD or learning disabilities. They're not talking about how hearing voices is a part of neurodiversity. They're not talking about how plurality, so being a system or having alters, is a part of neurodiversity. It's it's very, I don't know, people are capitalizing on neurodiversity in like Western countries. And that's just Australia and the US and the UK, that it's all surface level conversations, which is crap. But also, do we expect anything less?
No. What is it called? It's called virtue signaling too. Some of that stuff, people will say it. But then I have a lot of clients that are working in industry, and they'll be like, yeah, we'll work with you, with the ADA and within the law, disability rights. And then they get no services, no help. And then they're being penalized for it, for their stimulation issues or for how other people perceive them in the office. It's a lot of bad stuff, actually. So like you said, it might be talked about, but it's not actually implemented in the industry that I've worked with my clients.
Yeah, it really isn't. And I don't, people ruin everything. Correction, white people ruin everything. And specifically white people who are in like CEO or business positions.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is why we're waiting for the dinosaurs to take over. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
which were made by
white people.
Oh my God.
Their own demise.
Fuckers.
They got us again. Who? Ourselves.
You know?
Hey, who was the person that founded the T-Rex DNA in order for them to replicate a white person?
Telling you.
Look at that.
Yep.
To be honest, I actually don't know who founded that T-Rex dinosaur DNA in like 2005, but I'm willing to bet it was a white person.
They always looking for shit.
Y'all always trying to start shit. That's what it is. Y'all always trying to start.
Yeah, no,
Don't start
always
no
trying to
shit.
start some shit.
They
Don't
never
start no shit.
learn.
Won't be no shit.
They're like, let's create these wild dinosaurs. See what happens. Let's
Yeah.
see what happens.
I
All
mean,
right.
I mean, pause. You know,
Yeah.
motherfuckers also got Godzilla too. So right now, you know, Chinese folk, you know, they got Godzilla.
Chinese, Jesus, man.
It's Japanese.
It's Japanese, you
I'm gonna cut
idiots.
this out. I'm gonna cut this out. Well, we done got canceled by a whole lot of people.
It's Japan, you moron. You're so stupid. I swear to
Hey
God.
man, hey, you know.
Expected better from you, man. I expected better.
You expected better. Hey, you know, I got some weight in me too. It's okay.
Oh, there it is. Popped out again.
Oh God. All right.
Well,
This was a good transition into the show now.
yeah. Well, thanks, Sonny, for letting us know who you are. Jeez. Now we know who Nas is. So today, obviously, we're talking about Jurassic Park.
Are we?
Yeah, surprisingly, I had no idea.
Made in
So
America.
you know that one. All right, so so Jurassic Park, if you don't know, it's about dinosaurs being reanimated, cloned, I guess, and now they're in this park, and so we have all these different people coming into the park to see it before it opens, and obviously goes to shit. T-Rex breaks out, obviously, because you can't contain that thing. It's like
Nope.
it's a couple stories tall, huge, just bursting through a gate. They're like, a gate would be fine.
Yeah.
And
They're electrified. They try.
yeah, they're like, electricity, that'll stop it. It's like,
Yep.
no, sorry, it's not how that works. And so, chaos ensues. And now we have a couple people trying to, survive and get out of Jurassic Park, essentially. So, and in this scene that we watched, it's all about it's the first time they're actually seeing the dinosaurs, and we are actually seeing the dinosaurs for the movie.
Mhm.
So, and then we get to see them, and they're all out, and then you get to have the famous theme song of. They got it. That's great. And so here we are. And so why is Jurassic Park your favorite movie, Sonny?
Dinosaurs.
There you go. That's it. That's
it.
all you need.
Dinosaurs.
That's all you need.
Dinosaurs.
I told you once. I tell you again. It's all dinosaur. It's all you need.
Dinosaurs.
Is it?
All right.
But also because it's relatable, because I love dinosaurs. They love dinosaurs. They see the dinosaurs and you're like, yeah, I would, so it's like, if I could see dinosaurs, I'd react the same way. Like, just
You have a T-Rex.
watching Jurassic Park is the only time I ever feel empathy.
Oh, well, all right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Who do you feel empathy for?
Dinosaur.
Because I imagine how they feel when they're seeing the dinosaurs, and I can relate.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay. No, it's not. It was for the dinosaurs. Like,
I know it's for the dinosaurs.
bastards. No.
Yeah, I know how, because I got some students where they're like, fuck all these people. All of them. You too. Me too. Fuck you, get out of my damn office. You said fuck me too. Okay. And then they're like, I like my stuffed animals, but fuck you.
You
No
have great
one's ever-
stuffed animals, but
Yeah,
fuck you for buying them. All right.
he used up all the resources. Okay. But based off of Spencer's question, so when you first watched it, is it the same reaction and bubbliness that you felt, or like the butterflies that you felt compared to like, is it like right now?
Oh yeah, so like if you watch my reaction while watching the scene that we just watched, you can tell that I'm having the fucking best time of my life. Every time I watch it, I have the exact same emotions, the exact same response, where I'm just like, I actually had tears in my eyes, but like it's just I have the same emotions, the same response, the same level of awe, the same amazingness. Yeah, every time I watch it, it's as good as the first time, and I don't get that with a lot of movies.
No, maybe heroin.
Wait, what? What?
Sorry.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that? You're on one today, bro. Damn.
Myself, because Sonny's bringing so much funniness, I said maybe heroin. It was not appropriate. I'm so sorry.
Wait, what? What? Baby heroin. Jeez. Oh, like Aaron Paul in Breaking Bad, just raised up. What a show today. Oh my gosh.
I'm not gonna lie.
Normally people start with the gentle drugs and they go straight into heroin.
No, if you go straight to heroin, you got some stuff. All right.
Dude.
You got some stuff.
I'm gonna have to like snort my blood pressure medicine because I am not feeling well. My heart rate is
I have to get it right in there real quick. Hey, this is heart medicine.
Like I told the doctor the other day, I'm so sorry, story time. I told the doctor, I said, hey, I need some medicine. They said, we ain't got enough medicine for your crazy ass. I said, yeah. I said, well, I need something, and I need one of them good ones. She said, what's one of the good ones? I said, I need one of them butt pills. And she looks at me and she's like, excuse me, butt pills? I said, yep. She said, I think those are suppositories. I don't know what they're called, but I need to them.
It's about to,
It was very funny.
about to go sup somewhere.
As I walked out, I said, "Ooh, I dropped something." She said, "What'd you drop?" I said, "A butt pill fell out." She's like, "Get out of my office." And I was like, "Okay, thank you."
Then you waddle away.
Waddle away, waddle, waddle. Next day, bum, 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 bum. And the dog walked up to the lemonade stand and he said to the man running the stand, bum, bum, hey, got any grapes? And I'm done.
No idea. That must be an Australian thing. I had no idea what the hell that was.
Google the duck song.
The duck song.
Google the duck song. Next,
Okay.
you're going to tell me that you don't know badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom, badger, badger, badger.
No idea. There's no idea.
How old are you guys?
I'm too old.
I'm 34.
I'm 28.
Oh, you guys got no excuse. I'm 31. So
See?
if you guys don't know this, you're just not cultured.
I'm gonna go.
Not part
I'm
of
gonna
the
go.
culture.
We're a different seasoning of autism.
Yeah.
I had no friends. I only had YouTube.
Oh, there you go. See, I'm what we call carne asada. Spencer's lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper wet.
Wet. I love that.
Yes.
Oh my God, we are so far off the show.
Oh, we're talking about Jurassic Park, right?
So what we were talking about was, I'm gonna get us back on track, and then Spence will go
Oh,
again.
okay.
So the mirroring neurons. So we were talking about you feeling like that same feeling, that same vibe. And so what we were talking about is like different people's perceptions of the same scene. So what's me and Spence and you noticed is that some folks were acting different. Sonny, you want to kind of talk about how you saw people acting different in the scene?
Yeah. Well, obviously, you got Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler, who are just like, all their wildest hopes and dreams have come true. They have discovered that their special interest, let's be real, it's their special interest, has come to life. They are seeing, they dig up dinosaur bones for a living, and now they get a real dinosaur in front of them. So they are having all their hopes and dreams come to life, which is awesome. Then you've got, what's that annoying, lawyer person? That annoying the annoying lawyer person, he's just like, oh, this is going to make us a lot of money. So he's focusing on the profit, on the capitalism. Classic old white cis dude, right? But then you've got Ian Malcolm. And Ian Malcolm, he sees this for the disaster it is. He's just like, oh, fuck, these motherfuckers have done it. He doesn't say that, but close enough. Like, he's just like, holy shit. He sees the consequences. I think he's a realist. He's like, this is awesome, but we're going to die. And so I think those three reactions are just, really sum it up. Yeah.
So I guess I'm wondering now, when is it when Spencer, maybe you, I know I'm taking this question because this is interesting.
Yeah.
When is it when you saw Spencer and then Sonny, when everyone had a reaction and yours was like way different than everyone else's? Do you have a certain time in mind that you think you're like, oh, I was definitely the outside on this one? Has that ever happened, Spence?
Are you talking about like just for the scene or just for like in general?
No, just in general, like in real life. Like you were going out about, let's say, like, because we know neurodivergent people, we're all very different, and just everyone's very different. But sometimes our reactions vastly different than other neurotypicals. And so I wonder, do you have any times and moments where you're like, oh, I wasn't supposed to laugh at that?
Yeah.
Like that motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
dead.
all the time. That's all I do. Accidentally laugh at shit.
So
my uncle's in the hospital. Sorry. My bad.
Oh, he need 2 butt pills.
Example from last night, my friend told me that her someone she knows, their 8-year-old had a stroke and died, and I laughed.
Ooh.
But
That's bad.
I can't help it. So for another example, when I was like 15, 16, my house burnt down and I was in the middle of class and like the teacher came to let me know and I laughed. So my response when I'm told something shocking or confronting is to laugh.
Right.
And I have to be like, I'm so sorry, just ignore me right now. I don't find this funny. It's just an automatic response. I took a friend to get their lip pierced, and the entire time they were like, experiencing pain, and I'm just in hysterics.
Right.
My friend in pain. And yeah, so it's really common for autistic people and neurodivergent people to have responses that might not necessarily be appropriate for the situation, but yeah.
It's a thing. I think quite often I'm really good at masking now and compartmentalizing very well. So when a client's going through something, when a human's going through something in front of me, there's just a random person, I'll think of all these like funny ass things to say, or maybe some inappropriate things to maybe act out. I'm like, ha ha. I'm like, damn, I shouldn't do that. I'm very good at suppressing it. When I was younger, the ADHD was intense and I was medicated for it on Ritalin. And, my behavior was so bad and so not controlled that I was put in behavior modification school for like a long time, which is pretty much like a prison. It's not good at all. But my behaviors changed because you wanted to get free time. Yard time is such a prison system. But nowadays it's much better. But I'm not going to lie. This podcast and the summer that me and Spencer had has kind of taken the chain off of the mouth, the muzzle. Because like I'll start doing my podcast voice. We're like, let me tell you something. You're stupid.
That's how you know something bad's about to happen. I'm like,
Let me tell you something, young blood. You dumb as hell. Yeah.
I knew it.
I just know that that's happened, but it's always been the intrusive thoughts. I think a lot of people will see me as very stoic and reserved in situations where I don't know the individuals, because I'll be legit really, really, really reserved. And then around Spencer, like it's pretty much like I'm on drugs, and people will be like, "Who is this guy?"
Right.
So people don't know all these different alters that I had, because you brought that up as well. And I have many different alters that I tap into. And sometimes I don't know what algorithm to use. And that's when I just freeze and I don't use any of them. I just
Yep.
revert
Yeah.
back to hyper masculine, very large brown male that's intimidating, because at least I know that keeps me safe. Many of our followers probably don't have those identities that I have. But I always revert back to that, because when in doubt, that's safety. But the playful one and the joyful one and the kid-like one, only friends and my clients get to see that. My coworkers don't even get to see that one. My clients do. So yeah, there's many times where I act weird or I'll act inappropriate at work, and they'll be like, "Uh-oh," and I'll be like, "Damn, I'm getting in trouble." Oh, this is the thing. Or I'll be like, "Oh, someone's crying." Like, I'm supposed to comfort this person, but I'm like, I don't feel like comforting this person. That's not at work. At work, I'm gonna do my job, and I'm gonna have empathy and cognitive empathy, and then show it and work it. But out in the real world, I'm like, yeah, I don't care, dog. I don't care. You know, it's eating my leg. Yep, that's a tough one. That's a
Should have
tough
been
one.
so salty and sweaty. That's your fault.
Yeah, but you got any barbecue sauce you need me to put on it?
A little touch. Just a little.
So I just wanted to make sure that people knew that it's appropriate to have different responses. As Sonny said,
Mhm.
you know, I have a lot of clients that, you know, have trauma that leads them to giggling, or high anxiety that leads them to giggling. I have some folks, when they feel deep sadness, other things happen. I've had some clients be like, "Hey, you know, when I'm comforting someone, I get aroused." And I'm like, that's a thing. You never really know how your body, yeah, it's a thing, trust me. You never know how your body's going to react to certain things, and how your neurotransmitters are going to fire. And I think a lot of people will be like, "That's creepy." No, it's just some people are wired different.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. Some people are just wired differently. I mean, obviously, everyone is wired differently.
Yep.
Right.
But a lot of people will be like, "No, that's real. That's real different. Like that don't make no sense." I think a lot of therapy is letting people know, like, this is fine, this is okay, this is something that you don't need to judge. Is it different than the norm? Yeah, but doesn't mean that's bad. As the shirt says, it's different, not less.
Yeah.
It's just different. So, Spencer, did you have any other questions?
You know what? We talked about food for a minute, so I want to get to Sonny's pizza story.
That's what I
All
thought.
right. So I love pizza, right? And what people don't know about me is, like, I'm half Italian as well.
Okay.
So anyway, this was in year 8, and I grew up like in a really kind of like impoverished, poor family. And so for the first time in high school, I was allowed to get a lunch order. You know, when you order a lunch at the canteen, then they like cook it and they deliver it to you. So fancy. And it was one of those really small little pizzas that come in those pizza box that doesn't really taste like pizza, but you know what? It was good enough for me.
Right.
And so it was lunchtime. I picked up my little pizza, took it to where my friends were sitting. I needed to pee. I wasn't going to be that person that brought my pizza into the toilet. Though looking back, I should have been. So I left my pizza with my so-called friends. I trusted them. I was ignorant and naive and a bit autistic. I come back from the toilet. I'm like, "Hey, can I have my pizza?" And everyone was like, "What pizza? We don't have your pizza." And so for the next 20 minutes, you have to keep in mind that our lunch breaks were only half hour. For the next 20 minutes, I was like, "Hey, I need my pizza. I need my pizza." And the more I ask, the more dysregulated I get, to the point that I start having a meltdown. I start screaming, crying, yelling, having a panic attack, freaking out because I just want my pizza. And at this point, my pizza is probably cold and lunch is almost over. And so this one person in the friend group was just like laughing at me and be like, "I hid your pizza. I hid your pizza." And she shows me her backpack and keeps it in there and she won't give it to me. So in my dysregulated state, mind you, I was 13 years old, I kind of attacked her.
I knew it.
I attacked her. I jumped on her and like started like trying to wrestle the pizza from her hands. And anyway, I didn't get the pizza, by the way. Did get in a few punches. Didn't get the pizza. I got dragged to the principal's office. I get suspended. My mum gets called into the office. My mum walks up to the principal and is like, "What do you expect? They're Italian."
Oh my God.
So yeah, I get in trouble, I get suspended, but my mum's not angry with me because she understands that I just wanted that pizza.
Yeah.
And that's my story of how much I love pizza.
Oh.
I ain't gonna lie. My mom or pops would have been like, they would have been at their kids' tush. They would have been, oh, we're about to start some shit. You took my son pizza?
Yeah.
Oh no. So I don't think I would have gotten in trouble for
You're
that.
gonna get stomped out. I'll tell you that.
But how rude is that? They stole my pizza.
I ain't gonna lie.
And I will never forgive them. Like what? It's like 20 years later, and I'm still holding a grudge.
Sonny secretly puts like red meat outside their house just in case the dinosaurs come. That way they attack the house first.
Take me now. Take me now.
You get the scent just wafting. There's like fans wafting the blood into the air. Jesus. Nah, man.
Yeah, so don't get between me and my pizza. End of story.
I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty fucked up just in general. Did you know you were on the spectrum then or no?
Yeah, I was diagnosed with autism when I was like 7, 8 years old. So everyone knew. It's honestly part of the reason why people bullied me so much.
Yep.
And it's also why the teachers and principals, even though my response was a response to someone mocking me and bullying me and stealing my food, the principals and teachers would still view me as the bad guy because they would blame my autism. And it was quite interesting though, because I used to get in trouble a lot and my mum would always be angry for me. But this was the one time where she wasn't upset with me. It was the one time I did get punished because we're Italian. We love our pizza. Also, I'm so sorry because sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I've got a funny story, but it turns out the funny story is really traumatic.
Spencer's face, your face when we were laughing about the pizza, and then Spencer's like, "Oh, this is innocent." Spencer's face was like,
It was going to be a funny, happy story about pizza. Nope. It was, I'm getting bullied and I beat the shit out of somebody.
"Hey,
That's how most of my childhood stories go. I think
Fair
it's
enough.
funny, but really not.
hey, ain't no one taking my cornbread." Different movie.
So I have a question actually real quick. So do you view when they actually gave you that diagnosis, being autistic, would you rather have them not diagnose you so early on, or did you, looking back at it, you're like, I'm glad that they did?
I think the answer is yes and no. So back then, it was a really deficit understanding of autism. Like I was, taught that there was something wrong with me, that, I was taught a very deficit understanding of autism. So I definitely wish I, was an 8-year-old, in this decade, because I would have had a more affirming understanding of autism. And there would have been like more affirming support and understanding, which would have been way more beneficial. But at the same time, I got diagnosed for a reason. I was a really difficult child, for lack of a better word. And so at least, my parents had something to go by, even though, we still didn't have access to support or therapy. We still, didn't really have access to accommodations, but at least I had a word. Yeah, it's complex because I think, even though I was still bullied and excluded and treated like shit by the people around me, at least, we still had a bit more of an understanding that if I had a meltdown, it wasn't viewed as a tantrum. It was, viewed as an autistic thing. Mm-hmm. But I think, I think, you know, and it did impact me how I grew up. Like, you know, like for the first 20 years or 25 years, I thought there was something wrong with me. It wasn't until like 2019 where I was introduced to the neurodiversity movement and introduced to a more affirming understanding of autism that I actually finally accepted that I was autistic. Because when I was about 20 years old, I was like, nah, I'm not autistic. I can't have autism. Like, you know, I have feelings. I feel normal. Turns out like autism is just my version of normal. So of course I feel normal because this is my normal. But I rejected the diagnosis of autism and ADHD because I had a deficit understanding. So if I, you know, but then obviously if I wasn't diagnosed with autism, then I would have had a whole other range of issues. So you win some, you lose some. There's no win-win situation here.
It's like Jurassic Park. You win some, you lose some, Spence. You create and then they kill you. You win some,
you win some dinosaurs and you lose some, your limbs.
You get eaten while you're on the toilet.
Yeah.
What a way to go.
Hey,
when you gotta go, you gotta go.
I also go out doing something I love, crapping. And so I think one thing in the scene when we were talking about is something funny that I think a lot of people will relate to is when, I'm not sure the actor's name, when he's like, you did it, you son of a bitch, you did it.
Jeff Goldblum.
I feel like a lot of us can relate to that because even with ourselves, we're like, holy I just did that.
Right.
Or your best friend or your romantic partner, your children, whatever. You're like, look at you. You actually did it. You beautiful idiot. You actually did it. I didn't think you could do it, but you did it. It's like, thank you. I tied my shoes today.
Yeah, I went to the toilet. I drank some water. I did it.
You're welcome.
It's like that from Big Daddy. Remember when he's like, I wipe my own ass.
I wipe my own ass.
Yeah, that was actually so sad when he said that because that's when he leaves him in foster care. Jesus.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, when he was getting taken away by child services.
Jesus. Yeah, that was a whole sad feeling that I just felt.
Well.
Yeah, back to Jurassic Park. I just thought that was very relatable for a lot of people, and we'll chop that into a reel and probably make some jokes about it. I think that there's a lot of folks on the spectrum that probably will. A lot of us see things in pictures and lyrics. That is an image that many of us probably latch onto. I haven't seen the movie in a long, long time. I think the next very potent part of it is where he's looking at all the dinosaurs and he's like, you got a T-Rex? I think that's pretty intense. So I wondered, Sonny, for you, what would make you excited if someone like showed you something, or what would prompt that reaction, that emotional reaction? You got that?
Dinosaurs, obviously.
Oh, here we go.
Dinosaurs. All right, so I've had this discussion with myself.
Okay.
With some people, but honestly, mostly with myself, where I've asked myself, if we got to the point where people created dinosaurs, because they're onto it. They created dinosaurs and then they created a real life Jurassic Park with dinosaurs. And knowing what happens in the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies, would I still go? Oh, yeah. I would happily go. Even knowing that there is a chance that I could be eaten by dinosaurs, I'd still go. I'd bloody live there. I'd probably ask for a job. Yeah, I would.
Probably.
And so, that's I 100% would, even knowing the risk, just for the chance to see some dinosaurs. Mind you, I'd probably give it a few weeks, allow other people to test out the waters.
Yep.
But I would go because that's what would elicit that response, is seeing dinosaurs right in front of my eyes. Mind you, though, I also react that way with like any animal. Like you put a platypus in front of me, I'm gonna be like, oh, crazy son of a bitch, you did it.
It's a beaver and a duck. Oh my God.
I never thought of that.
Platypuses are wild. We're like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? Like, what kind of animal is this? You look at it and you're like, my brain does not compute. Like,
Error.
Like, you son of a bitch, you did it.
You did it. You did it, baby Jesus.
God wanted to know if he could, and he did.
He did. Yep. So I know I've seen the page, your page, right? And I noticed you also like Crocs.
Yeah. I see
So-
Crocs every day, though. Oh,
True.
but you know what? You know what? If I see other people in Crocs, I'm just like, nice. I respect. Every time I see Crocs, I'm like, sweet. I get excited. I really, oh.
I knew I'd get you.
Fucking love those. Okay, yeah, no, you got me. Just
Okay.
instantly. Oh.
Yeah.
Shiny.
Oh, just that cease talking. Oh. Like
Say no more.
if you had like the Holy Grail in that croc, you should be looking at it. You'd be looking at that croc like, oh.
Oh. I had to show you that. Spencer bought that for, I think maybe my birthday or Christmas, maybe last year. I think it might have been the birthday last year.
It's your birthday. Yeah.
Yep.
You were talking mad shit about him too.
I was, because he was like,
Yeah, so many people are haters, but then they're like, oh, yeah, no, these guys are onto something.
Yeah.
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 I'm not gonna lie, I've never worn a pair ever. I've ragged on people, and then as soon as he got these, I'm like, these are terrible. Then I put them on, I'm like, this is actually really comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm a big advocate for socks and Crocs. Socks and Crocs is one, it's a look, and two, it's really comfy. And then you can wear Crocs all year round.
There you go.
Don't you only have like one weather type in Australia? Hot as
We
shit.
get rain too. We get rain.
I'll give
Yeah,
us
right.
seasons and shit.
Yeah,
So I'm
right.
like, what? I live in Minnesota. Believe me, you ain't wearing Crocs in the middle of winter. Let me tell you.
Unless you're real autistic, so you know you could.
Oh, I've seen. You remember that one dude that wore shorts
Shorts
in
and a
like
shirt.
-degree weather would
Yep.
wear shorts.
Yep.
I was like, I don't know how he's doing
I don't
that
know how.
shit. But
Like the wind would literally
know-
hurt your skin.
Hey everyone, I wanted to give a special shout out to our collaborator, Two Nerds Candle Company. Not only do they have great products, but they are also giving back to a great cause. You can tell that they take a lot of pride in making their candles. My favorite is Spock's Monday Coffee. They are also donating 10% annually to support Women in STEM, which stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. You can use our code DSP or go to our link tree to get 20% off your entire order. We think that this company is great, and we think you will too, so go check them out. Hey, this is your co-host Spencer, and I'm bringing you a special message from our collaborator, Silver Dollar Candles. They have great scents to go with great messages, just like Best Dad Ever, True Crime and Chill, and my personal favorite, When This Candle Is Lit, Give Me That. You can also make your own candle and message that fits you. So go use our link in our link tree to get your order placed with Silver Dollar Candles today.
There are some pros to temperature dysregulation, and that's wearing shorts and Crocs in winter.
There you go. I remember having one client when we worked in Minnesota, and I was done for the day, and I seen them outside just sitting in the snow, just reading a book. And then I keep doing my notes, right, for my paperwork, and then I'm like, damn, it's been an hour. They're still sitting out there. I yell out the window, hey, man, get your dumb ass in here, man. I didn't say that. I say, hey, man, get in here. And then they come over, and they're shivering. They're just shivering. And I said, "You're cold, aren't you?" "No, I'm fine." I'm like, I don't think you're good. I sat them in the office. I turned up the heat. I got them some cocoa and put a blanket on them. I'm like, "Child, what are you doing outside for multiple hours? It's nice out." I'm like, "You gonna die. You gonna die." And that's when I finally realized, I'm like, "There's something different about you, girl." And then I'm like, "Yep, you got the tism." Okay, yep.
That's what it was. I got the tism.
That's what it was.
That
Because my
happened
boss.
to me.
Go ahead. What happened?
Oh yeah, that happened to me. So when I was like 20, I moved to Canberra, which is like one of the coldest parts. So it was vastly different from where I'm from. So like living in Canberra, the winters are like winter, not snow, but like cold enough that you have to wear a jacket. So the first time, like I can't tell when I'm cold. So when I moved there, my first winter, I wasn't wearing jackets. I was just like wearing a cardigan and that's it. And then I ended up getting pneumonia. My first winter in that city, I ended up getting pneumonia because I wasn't, dressing appropriately.
Yeah.
So oops. That was my story.
I love you. Like, this gonna be a funny story. I almost died.
Every time.
I'm not falling for that shit anymore. You've got me because I'm gullible twice now. I hate you.
Like, here's the good story. I lost my leg.
Funny to me. I laugh at my misfortune, okay? I just laugh at moments where I'm just like, it's a fucking
I got a peg leg now. I'm like, oh, that's pretty funny, actually.
I think a student today was like, "I failed my test," and I laughed. I was like, "I'm so sorry for laughing at your pain." They're like, "How are you a counselor?" I was like, "I don't know, but pay the receptionist when you walk out." Jesus. It happens. So this
Dinosaurs.
Yeah. This movie has been like a staple for a lot of folks. I think a lot of us are interested in nature, animals, specifically dinosaurs. I think it's the history in it. I think it's the size, all the different creatures. There's a lot of different mythological things, but also it's not mythological because this shit was real. The Earth was flat too. Hey, you heard it here. Earth was flat.
Hey, you know what? Dinosaurs walked on a flat Earth. All right.
Telling you. And the reason why they're not
it
here
was
is
the asteroids that just created like a bend.
Yeah.
It was the force of the asteroids that just caused flat Earth to just join.
Oh shit! We just figured this out.
Nobel Prize. Here we come.
Sorry. Hey, what did Sonny say? Believe that you know what you're talking about, and then you got confidence. Science. You heard it here, folks. I'm a doctor. Science.
That's how we're going to end our Nobel Peace Prize. Just
science. What'd you get the Nobel Prize for? Dinosaur. You discover them? Nope. I watched the show about them.
Very interesting.
Watched the show, had some thoughts. Turns out I was onto something.
But a lot of folks love this for many different reasons. Some of it's the characters. Sonny specifically, and maybe you can tap into this, maybe not. Why do you think others may enjoy this? Whether it doesn't matter, neurotypical, neurodivergent. Why do you think others enjoy this series so much, Jurassic Park, even Jurassic World? What is the draw about these magnificent creatures that bring people in?
I think it comes down to dinosaurs are really, really cool. I think, obviously we enjoy things that aren't common or universal. Like, I don't know, like it's not like we can go see some dinosaurs at a zoo. It's the same reason why a lot of people probably enjoy shark movies, like, Deep Blue Sea and all that, or Jaws. We don't get exposed to sharks a lot. So it's the same way with dinosaurs. We don't get exposed to dinosaurs a lot. It's not like we can visit them at the zoo. And plus, dinosaurs are really cool. And I think, it's exploring a concept that people can relate to or that isn't reality, but it could be reality. So therefore, it's like a very novel concept. Where you're like, yeah, this could happen. So it's easier to get into because it's close enough to reality that you can relate to it. And dinosaurs are really cool.
Cool. Spence, what do you
Dinosaurs, bro.
if you was to see some Spence and you were like, that's cool. What would it be for you if like you went to someone's house and you'd be like, that cool?
That cool. That depends. I mean, I would have to say I love Star Wars, and so if I see anybody with like lightsaber, like a wall full of lightsabers or something like that, I'd be like, "That's cool. That's cool. Expensive wall, but that's cool."
Okay.
Yeah. What about you, Nas?
I know I asked the question and I'm not fully sure.
We'd be
I
like,
I like a lot of different things, right? I think even, but I don't know if it would be like, whoa, like you got this. I'm not sure what would bring that deep reaction out. Maybe a Lego thing, maybe a certain stuffed animal, maybe like a sports memorabilia. I think might do something like that. I'm not really
You're
sure.
very hard to impress. You know that? You're very hard to impress.
Yeah.
I've tried giving him gifts, and he's just like, "Cool." Like, damn, that's it. That's all I get for that.
I know.
Really?
It's bad. Sometimes I just have to fake it. I'm like, this is so magical. Oh my god. Like, oh my god.
Well,
Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie though. If I come to the crib and the food is like crazy, then I'm gonna be like, damn. My fat ass is gonna be like, I'm gonna just go ahead and rub this on my chest.
oh my god. Got that grease chest.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. Sometimes you look at like the food at a spread or a restaurant or something like that, and they bring it out, and you're like, "Oh my Lanta, this is." I don't even know if I want to eat this. It looks so pretty.
Right.
Yeah. That's weird. Isn't it? Food can be so pretty to me where I'm like, I'm gonna wait to eat this for like 2 seconds.
Oh, food is art.
Yeah.
Food can look like as art is obviously, I don't know, something that's pretty or like engages your eyes and you're just like, damn. And so food does that. Food is art.
It is.
Yeah. True.
What, you got something, Spence?
I mean, and you're not one of those people that take pictures of like your food and stuff, which I'm glad. I'm really glad about that actually, because I'd be like, come on.
I like to be.
I'm too impatient for that shit. I want to eat that. I'm taking photos of it.
Okay.
No, some of that, yes. I sometimes some things are just like you said, magnificent, and it's like I'm gonna enjoy this. I think taking pictures takes away the beauty of it. I think it's a waste. I think I'd rather look at it instead of take a picture that I'm never going to look at anyways. Never going to look at it anyways. I would rather be in the moment. I'm Australian now.
Oh my god.
Sound like that.
Well, I mean, let's not talk about what we're talking about.
So I guess this is where I'm going to go with this. Obviously, we have all these different reactions to things, and Sonny kind of talked about it with Jurassic Park and kind of how you invoke emotions, and this is one of the things that pure emotions every time. But also, like, there's certain anger moments that can like evoke some things out of you too. There's certain memories or triggers. I think for me, I've never been able to really figure it out, and I don't want to figure it out. But certain music, vocals in people's music is like, it literally stops me from breathing. When I listen to the violin, and I've been to many of my clients that, because I work at a university, I'll go to their recitals or their orchestra things, right? Whatever they do. And I'm not gonna lie, when that piano or when that violin comes out when the violin starts to going real quick, I'm like, ugh. And Spencer's looked at me like, dude, get your shit together.
Yeah.
It's intense. And I don't know what it is. An orchestra, violin, or piano, when it goes up in magnification, I'm dead.
Pianos and violins get me too, especially when there's a crescendo, when there's a build up, like, oh man, like pianos and violins done, like every time. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to send you something, Sonny. I'll send it to you on Instagram. It is and it's an orchestra, but it's an opera that's sung by like the most famous opera like dude ever. I forgot his name. But instead, it's Aretha Franklin coming out of Detroit, Michigan, the Queen of Soul, and she sings it. And it is a beautiful song, but when she goes into the crescendo of it, I literally cannot breathe. And I'll be like, and other people are just like, it's mid, it's okay. And I'm just sitting there like,
I can't relate to people who have no emotional connection or response to music. But I'm someone where singing and music is also one of my special interests. So like I'm the type of person where if I discover a song that I love, I will sit there and listen to it over and over and over again for 3 hours, focusing on learning every single part of the song until I can do it off by heart. And I love that.
My best friend Colin is just like that too. I didn't know that until recently. He's like, yeah, I just put it on replay in the gym. And I was like, do people do that? He's like, yeah, dude, people do that. And I was like, holy shit, because I do that. And I used to think it was so weird that I would stop doing it after like 2 or 3 replays. Like, this is fucking stupid. And now I'll just be in the gym, like hour and a half straight, same exact song. And I'm just bebopping around. And
I'm having the best time.
Best time ever. Well, and actually the song kind of makes me like happy, sad. So I'm like in between crying and like being happy at the same time. Yeah, it's a son of a bitch.
I feel like music is like one of the ways that I can actually feel emotions, because I'm someone with alexithymia. So I have difficulty like identifying and describing my emotions. And so since I was a kid, I've actually used music to identify and describe my emotions. I used to be a type of person where, like, you know, if I had like, I know, a crush on some person, I would send them a song, be like, this is how I feel, because I couldn't communicate my emotions in any other way other than in the form of lyrics.
That song was like "Fuck You" by CeeLo Green. I'm getting mixed signals here. I don't know what.
Mine was.
Do they like me? Do they not like me?
Mine was the Chili's theme song.
Oh my!
Chili's baby
back ribs.
One time when I was like 10 years old, I had like this crush on this like dude. His name was Dean Bryan.
Okay. Shout out to Dean.
He's gay now.
Well, all right.
Hey,
anyway, I sent him this song, and I sent him this song, and you know what song it was?
What?
It was the theme song from Dawson's Creek. I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. Anyway, I thought it was like really nice.
He was like, and
dramatic.
And he was like, and that was when I knew I'm gay as hell.
Probably. I was a bit forceful. I was a bit full on.
It's fine. So there's actually some data and a lot of science that shows that music, it can definitely change the emotions, but it can also like stop a panic attack or a spiral. But specifically not just listening to music, but being active and singing the music.
Yeah, because of your vagus nerve. When you sing, your vocal cords activate your vagus nerve, and that actually helps regulate and calm down your nervous system. I sing every time I'm dysregulated. I'm like, all right, I got to go sing now, and I'll sing, and I'll feel better afterwards. Amazing.
The only song I can think of is like Sonny walking around the house. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Hey, I want a Grammy.
So I do a lot of singing at home. Like, music's my life, and I do a lot of musical theatre. But what people don't expect is that I also do a lot of Hilltop Hoods. Do either of you know the Hilltop Hoods? That's okay. They're an Australian hip hop band that have been around since like 2000, and so I will literally I can rap most of their songs off by heart, and I'm and it's really funny, but I love them so much. I will listen to a Hilltop Hoods song for 5 hours just so I can learn it off by heart.
That's awesome.
Thank God. I'm glad that they're a rap group and not I thought it was another word for the Klan. I was like, uh-oh.
It's the Australian.
I was like, damn, I didn't know they had them over in Australia. Shit.
The Hilltoppers.
You stay away from
the hoods that were Hilltop Hoods. It was a hood, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, Hilltop Hoods. Yeah, I don't like them. They,
I know them.
Yeah, go in there. It's a sundown town.
They left my lawn in disaster.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
But another reason I love the Hilltop Hoods because they've been around since the 90s. And apparently when I was 7, 8 years old, I slept in their bed because my dad used to be mates with them. So they'll go over to the house, you know, smoke little cones, and bring me, and so I'd fall asleep in their bed. So technically speaking, I can say that I was the first person to ever sleep at Hilltop Hoods.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, yeah.
Cheers.
My claim to fame.
They're also
claim
gay
to
now.
fame.
Again, damn it.
It was one time.
Sure.
Singing is a wonderful thing. So we did an entire episode specifically about music and singing, and how a lot of neurodivergent folks will have these lyric songs just in their head without any music, any prompting. It's just going and going and going. And a lot of people know what it's like to get a song stuck in your head. Maybe not a lot of people know what it's like to have the kind of almost Tourette of singing out loud in the middle of nowhere and just blurting it. La, 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 la. And then the person's like, oh my God. And I'm like, oh, what did I just do? I was singing the other day walking to work, and I'm like, nah, 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 nah. And I'm like, I can hear someone walking behind me, and I'm like, stop singing. Nah, 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 nah. And then I see them walk past me, and I'm like, nah, 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 nah. It's a great time getting the song stuck in your head. But specifically, I was bringing it up because the movie that we did and the song that we did was Hardball with Keanu Reeves and Michael B. Jordan when he was a baby. And it was I Love It When You Call Me Big Papa from Biggie Smalls, right? And so a lot of folks of color know this movie and this song. And as soon as you start singing that lyric, I love it when you call me, everyone starts singing it. It's
I love it when you call me Big Papa.
Put hands in the air.
Hands in the air if you a real player.
And so the reason why I bring this up is because one of my friends that's also neurospicy texted me yesterday at work, and they're like, hey, I just want to let you know, obviously I love the show. I'm watching the one about music right now. And she's like, I'm relating to it so hard. She's like, I think I'm on the spectrum. I'm like, you are. She's like, I'm not ready for this. And I was like, girl, we've already talked about this. It's the thing. So why did I bring that up? Because it's kind of cool to get that affirmation and validation that people are seeking some healing and some good stuff, some good sauce from our podcasts. It's wonderful to know that. And even if people didn't, me and Spencer are having fun. Everyone we've had in the podcast so far, Sonny, has been kind of like family now. We send memes to each other, right? If they ever need any help or other shit like that, it's what we do. It's been a good time meeting good people. I told someone the other day that's an artist that I one of my humans is depressed, very depressed, but they're very good at art and drawing and animating pictures. And I said, you can create an account like this other person did. Let me show you. And you pull it up, and I'm like, hey, man, you can do this. Because I don't think I can go to school and finish. I say, hey, you might not finish, but you can make a living off of this shit. I could? I'm like, yeah, you could. Right? Person's also neurospicy, so the way they compute and operate is not fit for education. Could they do it? Yes,
Yeah.
but it's going to be so drastic on their mental health that it might not be good. So these type of things in social media, folks, right? There's a lot of good folks you can learn and maybe find some inspiration from. If you're listening to Sonny today and you're like, this person's weird as hell, but I love them. They're quirky as hell. They love dinosaurs. They're colorful. They're vibrant. Like if those things show that you can operate in the world, still have a good time, still also probably freeze your ass and almost die. Like you can be different, weird, wired randomly and still be hella awesome, successful, and have love and good feelings and vibes and enjoy the fuck out of pizza.
Yeah. All comes down to pizza.
Yeah.
I know.
Don't steal it.
Don't steal it. Don't. You ain't taking my pizza, motherfucker. Can you imagine if someone took my pizza, bro?
They would die.
I would be.
I'm not even joking either.
Yeah, I'm not. I would be livid. And I am someone that has been in trouble for violence and protecting people for like racist stuff, and not proud of the violence because I'll never do that again. But if someone like took some food, I'd be like, wait a minute.
And you ever seen? Oh yeah, go ahead.
And spend the next 20 minutes mocking you that they've stolen it. It's not just the act of stealing it, it's the act of riling you up, of teasing you, of mocking you.
That's fucked up because we know people do that because they can get a reaction out of you, so they're getting like this sadistic enjoyment out of like fucking with you. And me and Spencer have talked about it. They've done it with me and Spencer. And I'm not ashamed to say, go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
I'm an asshole too. So I was a terrible kid. So I'm watching everyone else pick on everyone. So what was I doing? I was picking on people too.
Right.
And then you grow up and you're like every once in a while, I'll think about a couple of instances. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. I'm such a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't live in the past, and you just got to keep doing better and better and better every day. Everyone was probably someone's villain in their story, and you're trying to become a better version of what you were years ago. And so I remember a friend posted that on Facebook, and I was like, yep. There was a time. And I might still be a villain in someone's story right now, and if I am, I wholeheartedly apologize. But it happens. But still, that's more sadistic. They gain enjoyment out of watching people in pain. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I feel like, and it's still happening. Every time someone comments a mean comment on anyone's post, that is someone going out of their way to be an asshole to someone. That is the past week, I've gotten a lot of transphobic comments on one of my reels where they're just like, oh, you've got mental illness, or I hope you, kill yourself. You deserve to be locked up. And that is people going out of their way to make someone feel like shit. And that's so common. Anytime someone is racist or transphobic or ableist or sanist, they are going out of their way to make someone feel horrible.
Makes sense.
I don't get it. I don't get wanting to make someone feel horrible. I don't understand. I think it's baffling to me because why would you want someone to feel horrible? What do you get out of it? Humans are weird.
People have commented certain things on our page. We get a lot of trolls. Odd enough, they're white men.
Yep.
And it's the interesting thing. I'm
sorry.
They usually are. And I'm like, dude, if you don't like the thing, then just ignore it.
Yeah, right.
And the funny thing is when they comment on your Instagram or social media or whatever, all it does is push the algorithm more. So where more people see it. So then I'll comment back thumbs up, and then they comment back, and all it does is push it to more people.
You know what the ultimate power move is if someone comments, a troll comments, I like to respond with a comment and then immediately restrict them so they can read the comment, but they can't reply. And so then they just have to sit knowing that they can't reply, and then they feel powerless. And how does that feel?
I didn't know you could do that. I might do that. I'm going to cuckold some people and do that.
Yeah, because blocking them means they can't see your response. They can't see anything. But if you restrict them, they can still see, but they can't respond. Ultimate power move.
Oh, I'm going to have some fun with you.
Bro.
And I like to like comment mockingly. So there was one time someone commented like, "Oh wow, your parents must be proud of you," with some insults. So I'd respond with, "Yeah, they are really proud of me. Thanks for noticing." And then I restrict them. Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah. Or they'll be like, you know, or like comment something. I'll be like, "Thanks for the engagement. I really appreciate it."
Yep. Yep. I'll put like thanks for the comment, or I'll put like an upside down smiley face or a clown face. It's fun just putting the clown face. Look at that. I learned something. I restrict comment. I can like comment shitty things now and then restrict them. Spencer, this is gonna be fun. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. To all the people.
Watch your ass.
Yeah. Watch your ass. Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. It's interesting when people just decide to hurt others for no reason, whether that be in public, out right at school, you know, out in the industry. It just doesn't make sense. Like, what do you get out of it? I assume that makes miserable people feel better. I assume some of them believe it's like a religious thing as well, and so some folks believe they're just purely right unless you're completely wrong, and if you're right, then that means that they're wrong and they don't want to be wrong. So then they lash out because of the deep insecurity. And some people are ignorant. Some people are just psychotic as shit. And like literally like watching people
some
suffer.
People are just assholes.
But some people just like to see people suffer. That's it. Like the other day I posted something on how not to parent your child. And one guy goes like, "No, if this makes your child feel bad, then they shouldn't succeed. And they're like weak." I was like, bro, like, I hope your kids are like, I'm about to call CPS on your fucking ass because I'm a mandated reporter. So like, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
I
Hopefully
didn't say
you
that.
don't have a child.
I was like, "Do you have a child, sir?" I should have asked that, and they would have been like, "Yeah." And then I've been like, "What's your address?" Who's laughing now, fucker?
Yeah. Who's laughing now while your child is being taken away?
Yeah, I retract that statement. The kid just got like cigarette burns on him. I do not trust this guy at all. Yeah, this dude was straight creeper vibes, dude. I did not like him at all. So are there any other movies that give you like the kind of joys like this, or is it just I get Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. Don't say that. Anything else correlated?
Musicals. Yeah, musicals definitely too. Like every time I watch a musical, I have utter joy. I love it so much. So yeah, pretty much every musical I will have a great time. And then natural disaster movies, I'm fascinated by them. I actually watch natural disaster movies to regulate, to calm down. If I'm having a bad time, I'll put on Volcano or Dante's Peak and I'll feel better. It's great.
In one of those movies, I know there's a guy that burns to death, like right in front of you. He's like sinking in the lava.
Yeah, that's Volcano when he rescues someone off the train, and instead of saving himself, he throws the person off across the lava. Then he tries to jump, and then he just sinks to the bottom.
And as it's just like you're like
But I also like, you know, I guess part of the, like, obviously I love volcanoes and natural disasters, but I think as I've explored this, I've analyzed myself as to why I like him. And I think a lot of the time it's because it is humans, it is society coming together to support each other. So that dude who is rescuing someone off the train and dies because he tries to rescue someone, he's prioritizing someone else. He could have just left that dude on a train and saved himself, but he didn't. And then at the end of Volcano, the way they save everyone from the volcano is by working together. And I think, you know, that's really cool. Like, you know, you've got 2012, you know, The Day After Tomorrow. You've got all those natural disaster movies. Often it is people helping each other. And I think that's just really poetic. You don't see that much.
No, it makes you feel good about community, humans.
Yeah, exactly.
And studies do show, though, when tragedy strikes, statistically, humans do come together and let go of all these biases and identities, and they just help each other.
Yeah, like that, like Independence Day. You got that big speech at the end of Independence Day. I fucking tear up every time. Even with musicals, one thing I love about musicals is it is a group of people choosing to sing and dance together and have a good time. That's beautiful. Isn't that? That's just amazing that everyone is choosing to sing and dance together and they're loving it. And I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't think about it like that. See?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Hey, are you a nerd? Do you like pins? If you're like any of our followers and you said yes, you should check out our collaboration with Pinfinity. They have Power Rangers pins, Transformers pins, and for all of our bronies out there, My Little Pony pins. Go check out our Linktree or use our code DSP to get 20% off your Pinfinity order today.
it's like Thanksgiving dinner. When you make all the shit and it all fits on your plate real good and it just look good together. But separate, it's okay.
I went back
Together,
to the food.
It's usually how it goes here.
yeah. It's like I don't really have emotional connection to humans. It's mostly food.
Like, how can I make a metaphor for food for this? Yes,
I literally
bring it
just-
all together.
I just literally pictured like the Thanksgiving plate with like, mac and cheese, gravy, mashed potatoes, and turkey. I'm like, it all just comes together in harmony.
Yeah,
Just-
that's beautiful, man.
it
That's
is.
beautiful.
But you're right, community. So yeah, you said earlier, right? That's during this movie is when you experience like deep empathy, but it's in there in other ways as well. And I think that's pretty cool to know that, some folks like it doesn't just have to be one-on-one things or human thing. It can be other things that pull that out of you, that love, that joy, that fandom, that excitement, that emotion, the danger. It can be many different things that spike our neurochemistry, dopamine, norepinephrine, right? All of it. And I think that's what a lot of people think, that like the myth is like autism, oh, they're just super stoked or super dry, or they don't get anything, or they're not really happy, or they're not anxious. Like, this fucking person's freaking out. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, they may not have the words, but they're like freaking out. One of my humans recently, I'm like, shit hits the fan, kid, you email me. But I don't want to bother you. Shit hits the fan, you email me. Because there's like two people on this earth that understand you, your mama and me. And I don't even understand you that well. So, like, if you are alone, you email me. Okay. And then I recently taught them how to use ChatGPT. So that was fun. That was very fun. I'm like, look, you don't have the words, just type some shit into ChatGPT, give it the parameters, it's going to spit out a perfect email for you. They're like, holy shit. They said, can it give me like I said, can it give me a thing like grounding techniques to do when I'm having a panic attack? I said, let's figure it out. So we hopped on Zoom and it gave them an itemized 20-step program for grounding. I was like,
That's
look at
amazing.
you. I was like, you don't even need me anymore. They just smiled. I was like, fuck you.
Will you be my therapist? Yes, I will.
This kid types in, if you are a robot, can you come in a fat Mexican version? Hey, I'm body positive here.
Body positive.
I'm body positive. I don't even know what that means. Today was very enjoyable. We got to talk about many different things. And I'm glad that we're reaching out to people that are other just like therapists. Because it's been fun. It's always fun. But sometimes the therapists are kind of nervous around us and they're like, oh, I need to be professional because, it's a code. Like, it's a whole thing.
Oh yeah, professionalism is a curse. Professionalism is a neuronormative, capitalist, fucking white ass bullshit expectation and standard. It's
Hey, people.
Let me go ahead and we're gonna just cheers to what they just said. Cheers. Yeah.
White people.
Cheers to white people.
No.
Hey, who was doing most of the saving in all of those disaster movies?
See?
White people.
Yeah. Defund that. Defund that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That was sarcasm, people, FYI.
Was it?
Yeah. Spence, you got anything left for them?
No, that's about it for today. Do you, like we said, you have a book coming out November 21st called "We're All Neurodiverse," and also, do you want to give out your socials and things like that?
Oh yeah, I'm on Instagram. Lived experience educator. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok. You can also find me on LinkedIn if you want. Fucking hate LinkedIn. But I'm on there sometimes talking shit. So yeah.
I'm a professional, but not really.
That should be my LinkedIn bio.
Yeah. I'm professional sometimes. It's just a picture of a dinosaur.
with a tie.
With it.
You know?
That's gonna be my next tattoo.
All I can think of is a goddamn platypus. Like it's a beaver and a duck. I'm like, holy shit. Did he just think of
Nearly
that?
the platypus.
Yeah. Any seasoning salt, any sauce you want to put on the podcast, anything you want people to leave with, any information? I know what you're gonna say.
I love dinosaurs.
There it is.
But wait, I just need to quickly say,
Yes.
you know what I fucking love about the last Jurassic World movie is how the Jurassic World cast came face to face with the OG Jurassic Park cast, and they all meet each other and they all appreciate each other. They're like, hey, you do dinosaurs, I do dinosaurs. And then there's a whole bunch of like Easter eggs and references in the Jurassic World, the last Jurassic World movie to the Jurassic Park movie, and it's beautiful. That was all.
All right.
I enjoyed them. I enjoyed them all. I enjoy Blue.
Yeah.
I love Blue. I love Blue. Yeah.
Everyone loves to hate on everything, and it's just horrible. Everyone loves hating shit. I enjoyed
People were
them.
talking shit about Ahsoka, and that shit was awesome. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah. I don't know. People just love to hate. People
I don't like hating on shit. I love loving on shit. I love loving shit. There is nothing better than loving shit and getting excited about something. Like, it's a win-win. Why would you want to hate on shit? You're only hurting yourself.
Don't get me wrong, I do hate some shit, but you know, that's what.
I mean, like, I hate some shit, like racism and white people, but like, we're not losing there. That's a good thing.
Yeah. You know, I can hear most of my
hate on
clients.
myself all the time. It's okay.
My clients, I can hear them like, I hate myself. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, kid. You depressed little son of a bitch. No, I know what you mean though. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't think I could have said it better. It's really good to have a lot of special interests, things that you enjoy, hobbies, vocations, whatever it is. Stop looking. I tell clients all the time, why are you looking for shit to hate? Why are you looking for things to be wrong? Like I go to a person and I know they could be fucked up or flawed or manipulative or nasty, but I look for the goodness in every person. I make a lot of jokes and say I hate a lot of people. I may make jokes on certain like white folks, but the thing is, at the end of the day, I do look for things in every person to love. Because if I didn't, it'd be really hard to be a client or a therapist for a lot of these kids.
Yeah.
Well, some of them are kind of terrible. Most of them are wonderful. Some of them, I'm like, you trash. Like you out here hurting people and shit, like emotionally, physically, mentally, and I'm like, nah. Some kids say some racist stuff. Some kids say some really homophobic stuff. They like, well, see, I knew something was wrong with her when I found out her, you know, her sister was gay, and I'm like, Jesus, man. And I still have to show them compassion and love and help them work through their things. Just because someone has different opinions doesn't mean that I can't help them conquer the demons of like depression and suicidality.
Yeah, and often, a lot of the times those opinions, those views aren't, something that's been ingrained into them from the people around them or from society. And so, can we really blame individuals for having those thoughts? I mean, obviously, if people have those thoughts, then don't challenge them. It's like,
Yep.
but a lot of the time, people have to be given the opportunity. Like my best friend was holds a lot of racist opinions. But the difference is that when I call them out on it, they're willing to listen and learn and do better. But if I gave up on them, then I would miss out on the good things about them.
Yep. I 100% agree. There's ways to look at things and good things, and some folks may listen to this and call me naive. I'm also a happy son of a bitch too. So, but I also hold people accountable, and I have good boundaries. So there's things to think about. Last thing, I forgot this, is the one part in the scene where he goes, "Look, they traveled in herds." For what you've seen, Sonny, what I've read is, people on the spectrum tend to be friends with folks on the spectrum. People on the spectrum tend to partner with folks on the spectrum. Do you see that as well, or is that me just being spectrumist?
Oh no, Dr. Alan Grant is totally autistic.
Okay.
100%. I mean, he's dedicated his whole life to dinosaurs. All he does is dinosaurs.
So that's why you love him?
Why I love Dr. Alan Grant?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you know last year for Halloween I dressed up as Dr. Alan Grant? So when you're watching the scene at the beginning, I'm kind of giggling to myself because every time I see him in this costume, I just see me. Oh yeah, I full on I actually brought the same scarf, the same hat. It was amazing. But yeah, no, absolutely. And plus his how he doesn't like kids and he doesn't like to be touched. Because you can tell when he goes when they're about to go on that automatic car tour, he's just like, what the fuck? Why are you touching me, kid? Why are you talking to me? And I just think that, he's just so rigid in his ways. It's just like, what the fuck, new people. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, folks on the spectrum tend to like folks on the spectrum. I know Spencer, me and you've talked about it. A lot of our friends, partners are neurodivergent. Yeah. On our last
sometimes they don't even know it.
Sometimes they don't even know it. You know it, deep inside you.
I mean,
you this person made me laugh. You autistic?
I sense it. It's like I have the force for autism. I'm just like my mini chlorins.
I feel it. No, like that meme with the little blanket when he looks like he's about to sneeze and he's sick and he goes, I feel it. Yeah. Oh my God. I just wanted to bring that up because a lot of us end up finding extreme comfort, validation, right? We're affirmed by those folks because we see ourselves within those folks, or they just accept us for who we are because they're also a little weird too. Weird, aka neurodivergent. So, which means understanding. You'd be surprised at how many folks end up breaking up in friendships and romantic partners because the other person just will not even try to understand. And some of us are just like, I get that. You talk to us in the pod and you're like, I was bullied. And we're like, me and Spencer, we get that. You're like, I love pizza. We're like, we get that. You're like, I kick someone's ass. I'm like, we get that. You're like, I like dinosaurs. And me and Spencer like, we don't get that.
I don't, nothing.
Wait, you guys don't like dinosaurs?
No, I'm joking.
I feel so betrayed.
You're like, this is why
I should have come on this podcast.
Yeah. Spencer, she's like, this is why I don't like Mexicans. Joking. I said that. You did not say that. I said that.
You wanted to tape. Oh, I hate Mexicans. I knew it. I knew it.
The next interview they do. So tell us why you don't like Mexicans.
I say it just like that. Mexicans.
Well, that's how my mom would say it all the time. Son, we Mexican. I'm like, how you spell that, Mom?
Missy Ken.
I'm like, Ma, you wonder why my ass can't read. She's like, no, you got dyslexia. I'm like, yeah, I know, but still. Jesus Christ. All right. It's been quite lovely to have you.
Yes. So fun.
Like I said, my father, when they saw the Instagram just a few minutes before, they're like, you guys are in for a hoot. And I'm glad that we were able to get the podcast done. We know you're in a very different time zone. Hopefully you got to have some fun and laugh as well. Hopefully we didn't overstimulate
Oh yeah, this was
you.
a great time.
Okay. Because sometimes we get worried that we overstimulate people.
Yeah, no, this was great. This
Okay.
is like probably the best podcast I've ever done. Sorry, everyone else, but it was.
You know what? Actually, for me to actually accept any compliments, can you say something mean to me, Spencer? I can't.
Yeah, you're a piece of shit.
Oh my God, thank you. So I feel better now. Because at first I was like, emotions.
You know, validation. Ugh.
Oh, shit, I can't get up.
Yep, there you go. Just stay there for the rest until we get out. Thank you so much, Sonny, for coming on to the show. We really appreciate it. Once again, go check out their book, We Are All Neurodiverse, coming out November 21st. And then also go check out their Instagram, Lived Experience Educator. Thank you so much, Sonny. We loved having you. We'd love to have you again sometime.
Yeah, we can discuss something else, I'm sure.
All right.
There's 6 movies, so isn't there 6
Yeah, well-
We
movies?
can talk about how Stargate Atlantis is superior.
Ooh, there you go. Stargate.
There you go.
Nerd shit. All right. Thank you so much. Before we get out of here, once again, go check out all of our lovely collaborators. You can get 20% off, up to 20% off. And then also go check out our merch. Hey, you're different, but not less.
You're different. But you might be less, but you're not less to us. But if you pay for the shirt, then you're gonna have less money. So,
But then you'll feel better about yourself. So,
but you'll
there
feel
you go.
better because you ADHD and you have impulse control issues. So just buy a shirt, and you'll
Those
be
are our
different.
customers.
That's our customers. All right.
All right. And with that, I'm Spencer. That's Nas. This is the Different Spectrums Podcast.
All right, everyone. As normal, much love. Take care of yourselves,
Or don't.
and that's completely up to you. Peace, everyone. Enjoy the clip that's coming up next. That's curated just for you, right there. Right, go ahead and touch it. Go ahead, click on it. All right, bye, people.
Bye.